There is a lot coming up this week in Star Citizen with the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, so let's jump right in, with Cloud Imperium saying, in addition to the release of Alpha 3.15, our developers have been deploying Alpha 3.15.1 to the PTU servers to perform final stress tests for the upcoming IAE 2951 event, so feel free to join us for testing, and while you're here, you may want to look up in the sky for something new. This is probably clouds at New Babbage because they're actually pretty looking. They're very, very, very cool. Done some videos on that already. But there's also new ships and lots of other stuff going on and lots of fixes for 3.15.1. So this Tuesday, there is a lore post. Kaizen examines the buzz around the upcoming IAE and digs into the details about the booming medical and insurance industries. Wednesday has a roadmap update, and we will also have the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo free fly schedule. Hopefully that will give us some time frames of exactly what time the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo starts and what time it changes to different manufacturers each day. And I'm hoping that we'll also see limited hull sales and when they're going to be on, so I can know when to about to grab a Kraken or an Idris or what have you. Thursday brings an Intergalactic Aerospace Expo themed episode of Inside Star Citizen that looks at two vehicles making their debut in the persistent universe this week. Now, because they say it like that, it makes me think that maybe it's not the Redeemer and the Ares they're talking about, because yes, they will be in 3.15.1, the Redeemer and Ares. I'm messing around with them in the PTU at the moment. But we know there's also other new things at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, and maybe they're going to be revealing those. Friday, the 19th of November, we have the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2951 finally opening its doors at New Babbage, at the convention centre there, Tobin, with Anvil Aerospace as the first host. Through December 1st, you can expect 3 spectacular appearances by Jax McCleary, who is Space Jeremy Clarkson, 16 ship exhibitors, and an insane free fly with more than 100 ships, all fully accessible and free for you and your fellow friends. We do know that ships sold at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo will have 10 years insurance as well, which is a lot. I mean, it's not lifetime insurance because that's effectively infinite. But 10 years is a long time. There's also a Star Citizen Live on Friday. Lead FPS systems designer Johnny Gervais and members of the FPS content and feature teams discuss all things player characters can do with their hands. This will be at 3 PM UTC. Cloud Imperium are gathering questions for the topic currently. I will link the thread below to that. We are going to be covering the 2951 IAE every day, and we'll put a little video up. We'll stream a lot of those days as well, so we'll talk about what's going on, have a bit of a wander around at the expo hall, and with that in mind, Star Citizen now on the PTU, they just released a new patch for that, 3.15.1c, that's been testing the IAE and various new features like clouds, new ships, like the Ares and the Redeemer, but let me quickly summarise the latest patch notes with that one as well. They re-added denser forests on Microtech, which actually looked pretty cool. They further polished the down state, adding name and distance of players who accept revival beacons on the incapacitated screen, a labelled corpse marker, and an option to dismiss the corpse marker via the personal inner thought menu or when you interact with the actual body. There was a polish pass on the Redeemer and the Ares Starfighter. They tweaked their fuel to bring it more in line with their roles. They greatly reduced the Redeemer's fuel tank size and greatly increased the Starfighter's fuel tank sizes. Also, for the Ares, they increased the rate of fire of the ballistic Gatlings and reduced the per hit damage while also reducing fixed assist, and they greatly increased the damage of the Ares ion laser cannon while greatly reducing the fire rate and increasing the capacity usage per shot. So it's now slow firing that ion, but it does almost 6,000 damage per shot. That is a huge amount of damage. Though the DPS, the damage per second of the Inferno when it's firing, is much higher because, you know, it's a... Well, it's not, I suppose. It doesn't make that sound, which is a shame. But I do think both those ships are much more close to what was originally concepted now. And if they could make it have a higher rate of fire and a more pleasing sound, I would be happier with that Inferno anyway. But I also would like to see a little tiny bit more diversity with the Ion and the Inferno here. The Ion was originally supposed to have a more power plant or more shield or whatever. So it's a bit annoying, but they've changed that, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. There was also a Starfighter movement thruster and Death Sounds polish pass. they removed weapon groups from the Redeemer, by default anyway, so that it can control the remote turret with left mouse button as well as its normal sort of pew-pews. They updated control panels in the Redeemer habitation room, and they added locked text to locked panels, and there's been an audio polish pass there as well. They fixed some bugs. They fixed an issue causing ships on landing pads ending up in an unknown state for a location, which was essential. They fixed multiple issues causing players to be unable to loot belongings from the personal inventory of a downed player. They fixed an issue causing New Babbage Commons garage to be blocked by a tree, which is obviously important to get solved. Redeemer turrets should no longer pitch more than intended, which caused wild behaviour. Killing a security guard with the introduction infiltrate and defend mission should now correctly fail the mission, or as an AI guard should now engage players with an active crime stat. They fixed an issue causing illegal monitor missions to spawn on planetary security posts. Textures on the outside of Grimhex Hospital should no longer appear corrupted. They fixed an issue causing it to be very difficult to fit a medical gurney through the hospital airlock at Grimhex, and they fixed their client and a server crash as well. So, as long as Cloud Imperium can get the stability and performance at a reasonable level in 3.15, I'll be mostly happy. There are a variety of known issues still that they're sort of plowing through, but most of them are pretty minor. There were issues with items and bodies disappearing, and some bits that are a bit game-breaking for 3.15, which they seem to have largely fixed, not entirely, but largely fixed in 3.15.1, and I think they're going to fully fix those ASAP if at all possible. So yeah, if they can be fully fixed here, fantastic. Also, Easy Anti-Cheat hasn't broken anything for me yet. I thought it was going to have a load of issues with my PC. I thought a load of stuff was just going to stop working and go, no, you can't play Star Citizen because you've got this running in the background. And it's not, which is surprising. But I suppose I do run other Easy Anti-Cheat games. What was I expecting? I don't know, more of an alpha implementation of it or something. On a bit of a snide note in regards to the future sharding and server meshing tech, and further to that server meshing Q&A they recently did, Cloud Imperium confirmed that they are definitely targeting for more than 100 players in a shard or space. The numbers referred to and referenced to in the Q&A are in regards to the initial release of sort of sharding, and as they increase it out to 100 players and then more. They do plan to increase this further as they improve the tech and implement new features like Vulkan, etc. If you have not watched my video on the summary of the server meshing Q&A, I suggest you watch that. If you're interested to know what the rumours and leaks about what 2 new ships and new vehicle are going to be at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo, in addition to the Redeemer and the Ares Starfighters, then please check out my video on that, my spoilers video on that. Star Citizen is going to be entirely free to play for new players, old players, in-between players, players that have no game package, players that have a game package from the 19th of November until the 1st of December. So it's a good time to see if your friends want to check it out, and it should be quite a good laugh. It is going to be alpha, there are going to be bugs, but it's Star Citizen, it's pretty. Go have a look at the clouds. Boom! That's it for a little Star Citizen update. Lots coming this Friday onwards. Let's hope for a great Intergalactic Aerospace Expo and Alpha 3.15.1 deployment. If all goes well, then Star Citizen could and should be having another record-breaking year in regards to funding. But what do you think? Are you playing in 3.15.1 on the PT at the moment? How's it been for you? Are you looking forward to the IAE? Are you going to be buying anything in particular? Whatever your thoughts or questions, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. It's November, and that means, yes, you're right, it's NordVPN season. All those delicious Nords are collected together to make the finest VPN that I shill for on my channel. Not only is NordVPN delicious, but it also protects. Check out the links below to get fantastic discounts, or go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. Do you dream of being at the controls of your spaceship in real life? Well, now you sort of can with Game Glass. It turns touchscreen devices into diegetic controllers for Star Citizen, and you can get the basic software free. Check it out in the links below. Every month we have a ship giveaway as well. This time it's for a Mercury Starrunner, a multi-crew ship that will let you do a bit of everything in-game now. Or at least most things. Lots of things in-game now. In the future it might allow you to do smuggling and data running too. All you need to do to be in for a chance of winning that is comment on any of my videos during November. More details down below. If you'd like to further support the channel, please consider clicking the join or thanks button under my videos, or even becoming a Patreon. You get some cool stuff to show that you're a true supporter of mine and Zin's art, some exclusive polls, ways of shaping the channel, some exclusive videos, all that sort of jazz too. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the verse.